Chrome throws sparks in the dark. It's about to be one wild race. Tape down, tailgate slam, dust on loose, badge on the cam. Small town pride, big stage fight. All eyes locked on the stripe tonight. It's Friday night NASCAR on the FWM network. Four wide, go to door, turn it up, let it hurt. From the short track speedways out to the dirt. Four wide motorsports, light it up, let it burn. The heat waves dance on the backstretch.
And welcome in, everyone, to Talladega, Alabama. I'm still trying to get things set up here, but hopefully we'll have everything rolling here in just a second. There we go. Okay, so welcome in to Talladega, Alabama for the Alabama game 186. This is the Friday night Arca race here. I'm your host, Tracy Brown. I'm going to be working everything. We got some bad news today, this afternoon. Charles Chooch Oberg, who was our lead announcer, found out that his aunt passed away. And so I'm going to be trying to do the production as best I can tonight. I won't have Chooch here to carry me through it. But anyway, I just would like the Oberg family to know that everyone here at Four Wide Motorsports is thinking about him and his family. And we send our deepest condolences to him and to his family. But anyway, as we're getting a roll in here, just wanted to mention real quick, kind of bring you up to date. If I can get some of this stuff right. Here we go. On our current point standings right now in the chase for the championship. Right now, Daniel Michelle is in first. And then we have Paul Dillon right behind him. Third, Hunter Carlson. Fourth, Colton Alderman. Fifth, Chris Golden. Sixth, Ron Walter. Seventh, Daniel Jones. Eighth will be the 88 of Wes Wiegand. And then in ninth, we had the 58 of Dallas Sunderman. And then the top 10 is Drew King. So right now, all of these guys are battling for the championship of the Four Wide Motorsports Arca Series. So, here we go. Let's see what we got here. We're going to run through the starting field real quick as we see these cars starting to burn them down, getting warmed up, and getting ready to roll around this 2.66 mile Talladega track. So, qualifying in first, it will be Wes Wiegand in the 88 on row 1. To his outside be Gavin Grubbs into 15. Then we have in the second row Kurt Bray into 95. To his outside be Wayne Cannon into 29. Row 3 will be Colton Alderman into 9. And then to his outside will be Chris Golden into 19. Row 4 will be Daniel Michelle into 25. Yogi Schleer to his outside. Row 5 will be Mitchell Wilson into 46. And Colton Briner into 14 to his outside. Row 6 will be Austin Cansdale into 33. Chris Bingley into 55. Row 7 will be Dagan Barnes into 41. And Blaze Alexander to his outside. Row 8 will be John Lacey into 21. And Dallas Sunderman into 58 will be to his outside. Row 9 will be the 34 of Drew King. And then we have Jonathan Christensen into 27, starting 18th position outside row 9. And then, as usual, we have Daniel Mindfu Jones. He's going to be starting shotgun. I think that means the back of the pack. But anyway, in the 17 car. Starting off in 19th position tonight. So that kind of covers our introduction, our lead pack. And what I'm going to say is that we are going to be dealing with, well, let's go through the race details real quickly here. We're going to have 70 laps, 186 miles, 1 tire set in the pits, 0 fast repairs, and 1 green, white checkered should we need it. The pace car is pulling off And so here we go. We're getting ready to go green as everyone is approaching start-finish, or the start-finish zone. Wes in the 88 is bringing the field down. And there we go. It's hammered down. We got a good restart right now. Hopefully it'll stay that way. Everybody's still getting up to speed. We got the 88 to the inside, the 90 of Kurt Bray. Some new faces, new numbers in here tonight for me, as the Colton Alderman in the 9 car is pulling up in 3rd position. They're still getting organized right now, but I expect I'm going to put the over-under on lead changes tonight at 15. So we're going to have to see how close I am by the time it's all said and done. And while I'm working these buttons, I'm also going to be checking the YouTube chat. And it looks like we got Grant Driven in here tuning in to see what's going to happen. You know, I'm not exactly sure when the big one is going to happen, but this track is notorious for the big one. The big wreck that takes out about half the field. So, oh man, we got 3 wide. Colton Briner into 14. Just for a moment there was in the middle. I thought he was going to take it through the corner 3 wide. Hopefully we don't usher in the big one too soon here. Let's see if we can't get some laps under our belt before we see what we can do. And it looks like right now, Gavin Grubbs in the 15 car is taking the lead on the outside line with Wayne Kennan in the 29, pushing him up through there. Then we have the 19 of Chris Golden right behind Wayne Kennan. So, man, they're already 2 by 2. They're searching, trying to go 3 wide, but thank goodness, I guess, what would you call it? Better minds prevailed there and decided to dial it back just a little bit. Just as soon as I say that, Wayne Cannon jumps to the outside of Gavin Grubbs. It's going to take the lead on the outside with Chris Golden pushing him. And Chris Golden is very good at these super speedways. He does know how to push a car. He knows how to draft. So Wes Wiggin there, he's going to have his hands full tonight as we got one dumping to the inside. I'm not exactly sure who that was. Somebody's falling back pretty fast. But it looks like right now that outside line is really starting to gain some momentum as we see the 33 of Austin Cansdale closing in on the 4th car in the outside line. And it looks like these guys are going to try to make a charge to kind of go out on their own, but the inside line's forming up as well. It's going to be interesting to see who wins this battle of just trying to figure out who could take the leads. We got Colton Briner to the inside. Got out of line on the outside. Probably not a great move at this point in time. We'll see how it works out for him. He falls back in line, but we have the 55 now. He drops to the inside, or to the center of, or the middle line. Golly, can't get it out here. That'd be Chris Bingley. Another newcomer here. Chris has already had 2 starts with us. And I do remember seeing his name and cutting out his profile pic here, but I haven't got to see a lot of track time from him. So he's hugging down to the right on the outside door of the 27. But as we go back up front, we got Wes Wiggin. Yeah, the inside line prevails, and they're starting to pull ahead. I really thought that outside line was going to make a great charge. But they're not giving up on it. They're still in line. Just need to kind of get organized. Get nose to tail and see if they can't streamline that draft to be able to get a run on those inside guys. Things are getting a little bit squirrely back there. But we stay side by side by side by side. 2 individual lines. One running the inside line. The other one, instead of the high line, now is kind of moved towards the middle line. That's going to get the doors much, much closer. But these guys in that middle line are not giving up yet. And how about that, Elijah Grant? Yeah, it just so happens he's in the YouTube chat. Has a flight back to Maine, and come to find out, the flight has Wi-Fi. So hopefully Elijah will give you a good dose of some racing action here, get you pumped up for the landing. How about that? There we see Wayne Cannon with Chris Golden pushing him down the straightaway. It'll be interesting to see if Wayne sort of leaves Chris out to dry. No, he's going to hang with him. Apparently, they have decided they're going to be drafting partners for tonight and help one another out. Wayne Cannon stays up high. Chris Golden still pushing him right along. As usual, that inside. Oh, man, and Chris, broadcaster jinx. No sooner than I say that, Chris jumps to the outside. I guess he's going to take the lead. Colton Briner into 14 goes along with him. Wayne Cannon trying to fit up into the third position in that middle line. And while this is being said, Wes Wiegand again is retaking the lead. And he has the 9 of Colton Otterman is going to have a tremendous run. Colton better get on the brakes a little bit. It looks like to me that will be one hard hit. Colton with a great positioning with the car, getting up there nestled nice and tight up underneath the 88. Trying to get him back up to speed. But apparently Chris knew something. So he is taking this outside the lane to the front. Got Colton Briner right behind him. Still Wayne Cannon and Austin Cansdale following right in tow. Looked like they were looking to the outside just for a moment. Thought better of that. So this is pretty incredible right here. I love to see the outer lines work here at Talladega, because obviously the shortest way around here is right down there on the line. But if you can get enough guys up in that high line, stay organized, you can overcome the distance disadvantage, if you will. And look, the 15 of Gavin Grubbs, he's fell in behind the 55. And that would be Bingley. Looks like he got a little bit squirrely as he run into the back of Austin Cansdale. Now we're getting flared out. These guys in the outside line are thinking about branching out into two individual lines themselves. They think better of that again. And it just might be a case where you want to get a little bit of vision. Find yourself on the track, because when in these drafting tracks, you're shoved all the way up against the bumper of the other guy. Colton Briner's left out to dry, but he's got the 55 of Bingley trying to catch back up to him. It's going to be interesting to see if Bingley picks him up or tries to go around him. Yeah, he's going to pick up Colton Briner, so that might be a good move for him. And we still see Chris Golden getting a tremendous shove from 29 of Wayne Cannon. We got Wiegand now. He has fell back all the way back to 6th position on that inside line, 4th car back. Everybody's playing nice right now. We're on lap 9 of 70. I guess this right here will make lap 10 of 70. So it's just going to be a matter of time. I'm interested to see how long these guys can hold out as the intensity starts to ratchet up as the laps click away. Still, everybody minding their P's and Q's. Chris Golden. Wayne Cannon now dropped down to the inside along with Austin Cansdale. They have got out front, and now they're going to start to hug the double yellow line. And then on the outside of them, Colton Briner's not giving up, along with the 55 of Bingley. And then Gavin Grubbs, he's still on the outside line. A little bit back, maybe a car length or two behind Bingley. But boy, these guys are, they have already showed a lot of action just in 10 laps right now. And I definitely know that the intensity is going to ratchet up a tremendous amount. Then we have points leader Daniel Michelle in the 25 car. He's currently running in 10th position. So it'll be interesting to see what kind of move he makes to try to protect his points lead for the chase for the championship. So we see Gavin Grubbs, man, he fits into a tight hole there. Falls right in behind Austin Cansdale. Wes Wiegand's going to pick him up. Now we got the 12 of Yogi Schleer comes into play. And then right behind Schleer will be the 26 of Blaze Alexander. Those guys are starting to form up a line. And then, of course, the always dangerous number 17 of Daniel Mindfu Jones, he always seems to find a way to find his way to the front, even after starting in the rear. Every single race. He's got that Sunny D machine looking nice and fast tonight. Still have the... Well, I was fixing to say, still have Chris Golden in the lead. Wayne Cannon right behind him. Colton Briner is able to take the lead from the outside road, dives down. He moves to the inside. So we got a lot of guys kind of being able to make the outside line work, be able to take the lead, but then they're dropping right down to the inside, taking the shortest way around this track. Everybody's minding their P's and Q's again right now. Everything's looking pretty good. The outside line now is falling back. They can't get enough cars up there and get them in, get them lined up to be able to generate any kind of momentum on that outside. So they're going to have to get them lined up, and guys are going to have to play together as if they're teammates, or else that whole line's going to go to the back before it's said and done. Got side by side with 25. That'd be Daniel Michelle and the 55 of Bingley. They closed it down a little bit. Bingley's trying to get a little bit of side draft. But it's just messing up that outside line. These guys really do need to get organized. Either that or find a hole to drop down into the inside line. Back up front, it's still Colton Briner. And now he's got Chris Golden, the draft master, right behind him. So this is going to be interesting to see how this works out. I think this is the first time we've seen them tonight working together. Only lap 14 out of 70. So we still have a ways to go. And I'm assuming, oh yeah, pit stops already. How about that? Oh, wow. Boy, that kind of caught me off guard there. So apparently these guys aren't getting too great a fuel mileage. So about every 14, 15 laps, looks like we're going to have pit stops. Chris Golden, Wes Wiegand, looks like he got in there with a little bit of momentum, was able to get by Chris Golden. It's going to be interesting to see where Chris comes back out here. Let's take a look at the 14 of Colton Briner. He's in. I'm not sure they'll be getting tires right now. Yeah, Colton, he just decides to get fuel. Chris Golden beats him out, and Wes Wiegand beats them both out. We're still green flag pit stops. So right now we have the 33 of Austin Cansdale, and he's coming into the pits. Got Gavin Grubbs right behind him as well. Oh, man, look at Colton Otterman sends it down on the pit road. Hope he didn't get busted for speeding, because he sure sent it in there. The whole rest of the field is coming in. It's going to be interesting to see how much, I guess, time Colton made up charging that pit road like he did. He may come out of this thing looking pretty good by the time it's all said and done. I think, yeah, everybody's just getting fuel only. And, ooh, Daniel Michelle, he ends up getting in front of Colton Otterman. So he had a great pit stop here. This is going to be absolutely crazy to see how all this works out, because right now, that does not look good. That is the 27 of Jonathan Christensen out of Denton, North Carolina. Bought a golf cart from there one time. He's currently in first, but that does not look good. It looks like he is out of fuel, so he's just going to be trying to limp it back. So right now, I am showing by the time everything shakes out, and it won't be long, we got Daniel Michelle is going to be taking the lead as he's currently running in second. But we see Christian there. He is kind of hobbling back to the pits. He's going to need a pits or a caution flag or two to be able to get some laps back. So this is pretty interesting. It looks like Michelle and Alderman have got almost a 4-second lead over third place Gavin Grubbs right now. That's a ways back. That's a tremendous amount of time to be made up on pit road. Unfortunately, Grubbs is out there by himself, so he is going to have to wait for the 88 and the 19 of Chris Golden, the 14 of Colton Briner to pick him up. But they are going to have such a run of steam there. That was wise there for Gavin, just to kind of move out and try to tag on to the back of that line. So he needs to get in the line and make sure he can hang on to the draft. And now we got 3 cars for sure. Maybe Gavin can kind of catch their draft and catch back up. He's probably right on the verge right now, being almost second behind him, of losing the draft. So maybe he can get a run. But right now, the 25 of Daniel Michelle and the 9 of Colton Otterman have kind of checked out. I don't expect that to last very long, but these guys are teaming up, running nose to tail. They're not fighting for the lead. So as long as Colton Otterman stays right behind Daniel Michelle, they should maintain a pretty good lead. But I think eventually it's going to be the 88 in these group of 4 cars here, as we now see Gavin Grubbs is able to catch that draft. And once he gets up there to the back of him, it's going to be 4 against 2. So these cars should be able to walk down to top 2 leaders, if they stay in line. And Chris Golden jumps to the outside. I'm not sure if he got shuffled back. Might have been a issue there or something with, maybe a misalignment or something. Instead of wrecking the 88 of Wiegand, he just decides to kind of jump out and catch the back of the draft himself. And they are working on that front pack. They've cut about a half a second off that lead. Again, right now we're looking at Wes Wiegand out of Rosenberg, Texas Flex Motorsports, currently running in 3rd place. We'll check back in with our leaders here. They are still staying nose to tail. Colton Otterman is trying to stay in line as best he can. But the 3rd place car of the 88 of Wiegand is now less than 3 seconds behind these guys. So they're really going to have to go nose to tail in order to stay ahead of these guys. They're going to be coming with a head of steam. But apparently we're only about plus or minus 10 laps away from having to make another pit stop. So if these guys, these top 2 guys right now, can maintain or keep getting that kind of lead on pit stops, they're going to be hard to beat here tonight. 20 laps into books. Yeah, these 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th place now are trying to stay nose to tail. They are definitely running down the leaders, as now they are less than 2 seconds behind. They are closing in a hurry. Something tells me once they do catch these leaders, that's going to kind of muddy this up a little bit. Going to have to be careful where you catch them. It'll be interesting to see if they decide to just kind of catch up with those guys, fall right in line as Chris Golden peels off again. I'm not sure if he's got too much grill tape there. Maybe he's overheating. Gavin Grubbs dips out just for a second to get some air on his front end. Colton Briner still tucked right in behind the 88. He's ready to get up there to the lead pack. It is less than a 1 second lead now for Michelle and Otterman. And I expect that to decrease very fast. Gavin Grubbs again pokes out. I'm not sure if these guys are having issues with heating or not. As we're looking out the windshield here at Gavin Grubbs. Oh, boy! Holy schmoly, that car came by like a TIE fighter out of nowhere. Wow! He blew by Wes Wiegand in the 88. He dropped so fast that he was almost an obstacle there, or Looked like it very well easily could have caused an issue. To 25. That'd be Daniel Michel. He thought better of leading this thing, decides to pull out, let these guys go up there and kind of battle it out for themselves. As it looks like we have Colton Briner, for a moment, looked like he was going to make a move to the outside of the 9 of Colton Alderman. Thinks better about it, but he looks a little jittery, a little anxious. I think the first chance he gets, he's going to go for that leader spot. And it looks like Chris Golden may be just kind of waiting in the wings. He's like, I'm not sure if you guys, what y'all going to be up to. How are you going to sort this out? I thought he was playing it safe, but then he gets a run on this pack, and he immediately takes it right to the outside. It's going to be interesting to see if anybody decides to flare out there with him, like Gavin Grubbs or Colton Briner. Pick him up and try to get around the 9 of Colton Alderman. Right now, those top 3 are just staying nose to tail. Chris has a hole right there in front of Wes Wiegand. He drops in. So he moves up several positions. We are currently on lap 24, so I would say around 5 or 6 more laps, and these guys are going to have to drop back in for another pit stop. But right now we got 47 laps to go, so we still have quite a ways to go in this race. And while we got a little bit of time here, we kind of missing Elijah Grant. Luckily he's on a plane. Must be headed for some R&R. Glad to hear that. Hopefully he's not going up to Maine there to change posts or anything. Excuse me. Happens to be one of our servicemen members that races with us. And as always, we definitely would like to thank all our service members. Thank them for their service. Because of what they do, we get to do this right here and have fun. And play around while the guys are taking care of the serious business here and overseas. So I'd like to thank them again. So right now we've got 4 cars trying to break out into their pack of their own. Chris Golden kind of went from the back of this overall field, and now he's fell in right behind Gavin Grubbs in the 4th position. Colton Briner, I'm here to tell you, he really looks anxious, like he really wants to get out front. You can just tell by the way he's kind of peeking there. He's just hoping, testing the water, see if Gavin's going to go with him. I think if Gavin would go ahead and sort of dive to the outside, Colton would go right along with him. And Chris would probably do the same thing. I'm just speculating here. Not sure about any kind of team orders or anything. Colton Alderman out of Belgrade, Montana. His race team is Hot Topic. And he's running like a hot topic right now. He's already got 3 wins this season. And he's definitely looking to put one more feather in his cap. Try to take home this championship, the race for the chase. Chase for the race, whatever you call that. So it's kind of sorted out right now into a 7-car race. Now, with that being said, we're going to we got about 5 laps, or, well, let me see. Probably about 3 laps. Well, we're going to go back and kind of check on some of these other guys real quick. Just see what's going on. We see Chris Bingley. He's got the 58 of Dallas Sunderman right behind him. They're currently running in 7th and 8th position. 17 of Mindfu Jones and Yogi Schleer in the 12 car. They have a strong pack right now. They should be able to close in on those top 2 guys. We also have the 44 of Dagan Barnes out of Lucama, North Carolina. He's running in there. Austin Cansdale out of Rutledge, Tennessee. He was up front earlier on, and maybe he's playing it a little bit safe right now as well, trying to avoid the big one, if you will. We got 26 of Blaze Alexander right behind him, and then 34 of Drew King. So that is back to 14th position. We'll go, let's see, let's take a look at John Lacey. He's out there by himself. He's going to have some issues. Mitchell Wilson's in the pits. I'm not sure if he's early pitting. He probably did get him on some full tank. And here we go. There's the leader. Oh, Colton Briner into the wall head first. He lost traction. He ended up catching Gavin Grubbs as well. I'm not sure how much damage he got. Hopefully not much. But we are staying green right now. As we see Gavin Grubbs, he gets her straightened back out. So we've got right many guys on the pit road right now. And here comes the battle off. We see Daniel Michelle again, Colton Alderman. But this time, Chris Golden, he ends up hanging with these guys. Oh, I'm sorry, that is the 90, not the 9. And I'm not exactly sure who that is because I don't even have a 90 up here. That would be Kurt Bray. Car painted up 90, being scored as the 95, currently in 18th position. So Chris Golden, and I think, Bray is one lap down. So Chris Golden's teaming up with Bray. See if he can't keep up with these leaders here. As we got right now, Austin Cansdale is out in the lead. But I would expect these guys to come on in as we are on lap 30. I think if you try to make one more lap, you're just not going to make it. So it's going to be interesting here. We've got Austin Cansdale, Blaze Alexander, and Drew King. I'm pretty sure they're going to be making pit stops right now. So hopefully they don't lock it up. You can see them backing it down. Oh, man, Austin Cansdale is sending that car in there. Trying to judge it. But it looked like the 26 of Blaze Alexander kind of outbraked him, getting it into pit road. So, no issues right there. So let's check in. It looks like everyone got on pit road. I was a little bit worried about that, but it looks like they did really, really good. And so I think by the time this thing is all said and done, everything cycles out, it's going to be the 9 of Colton Alderman who's going to be the leader, but 19 of Chris Golden out of Elk City, Oklahoma, racing for Golden Chef. They have caught Alderman, and look at that. Chris Golden's going to use the lap car to go around him, draft right around him. So Chris Golden is going to end up with the lead. How about that? That's using your head. Chris got behind a lap car and using him. So right now, Bray, after passing Alderman, has unlapped himself. He's at the tail end of the lead lap with Chris Golden in the 19 car right behind him. Got 40 laps to go. Laps are ticking off pretty quickly. Chris doesn't seem to be content to ride behind the 95. And he's not. He kind of shuffles him out. His purpose is done. Sorry about that, Bray. Got a race to win right here. That's what Chris is thinking. Oh, we got another little check-in on the YouTube chat. We got Elijah Grant says he landed safely and is on his way home. Well, congratulations, man. Enjoy your time off there. Get a little R&R and rest up. Can't wait for you to join us again, be racing with us here for Wide Motorsports as well as Golden Racing League. Speaking of Golden Racing League, the owner of that particular league, the 19 of Chris Golden's out front right now. Got Colton Alderman, He is checking in. I thought for a moment there Colton was going to be trying to make a move on the 19 of Chris Golden, but no. He's staying in there. It's just a matter of time, though. The intensity's getting ready to ratchet up, I am sure. The 25, that'd be Daniel Michelle. He's up here in that lead group. And the lap car who got relapped again, the 95, being scored as 95, painted the number 90. Bray is up here with this lead group. And I'm sure he's kind of hoping for a caution. He's just hoping that he's not part of it. Kurt Bray, I'm not sure that I remember him racing with us. I think he may be a newcomer, but I see that he's out of Minnesota, USA. Currently running in 16th position. So apparently 30 laps is the magic number. And if that is the case, then that means all these guys should be able to make it all the way to the end of this race on this tank of fuel. So let's see how badly Colton Briner got mixed up there after that issue on pit road. Not too bad. He is still running in 4th position. He's got Wayne Cannon in 29 right behind him right now. Colton, I really thought with the damage that he got, it wasn't too severe, but he did kind of put that nose on the inside wall, messed up his pit time and everything. Figured he'd be further back than this, but he has worked his way back into 4th position out of Lehighton, Pennsylvania. Then we have Wayne Cannon, the owner of 4Wide Motorsports out of Roanoke Rapids, North Carolina. In the 29 machine, he is all over Colton's bumper. He is determined to get them back up there in the hunt for the lead. And Wes Wiegand, he's been fast all night as well. So these are 3 really fast cars. And Wayne Cannon, oh man, I was just fixing a comment. Luckily I didn't. Didn't want to give the broadcaster jinx there, but I was just fixing to say Wayne Cannon is really laying a tremendous draft job on Colton Briner there, trying to get him up front. These guys might... Of course, it's hard to say. You never know what exactly is going to work out. But that group right behind them, if they would slow down just a smidge and let that group get behind them, that would be 7 cars to be able to make a run up towards the front for those top 3 leaders as we check back in with them again. So we still got Chris Golden in the 19, Colton Alderman in the 9, and Daniel Michaud in the 25. And then in the 95 would be Bray, Kurt Bray. I got to program that name into my memory. These guys are trying their best to keep that other pack from catching them. So they're staying nose to tail right now. But you can only do that for so long. I'm just not sure if they're going to wait to the very last couple of laps to kind of pull out and do their thing. Well, let's see if we can't find Colton Briner, see how far back he is, see if he can actually see them out of his windshield. So Colton right now is going through the tri-oval. And then Chris Golden, he is right now going through middle 1 and 2. So, yeah, they have about, oh man, every bit of a 10-second lead on 4th position. As they're running into another lap car, this may mess them up a little bit. That'd be the 34. I believe that's Drew King. It is. He's trying to mind his own business, just kind of hug the yellow line. Now, I'm sure he's hoping to be able to tag right along. Drew King right now is 2 laps down after they come around him. He's probably going to try to jump right back in. This will be interesting. You got 3 lead lap cars, but they are taking advantage of the lap cars to hopefully propel them and to the win and stay ahead of the other pack led by Colton Briner, which is about 10 seconds behind. So this is going to be interesting how all this works out. 33 laps to go now. These guys, this lead pack, so far, they seem to be running a very smart race, staying close, kind of tagging one another, drafting a little bit, but not get crazy. They want to be able to settle this amongst themselves with the last few laps to go. But that draft of position, the nose and the bumpers are starting to get tighter and tighter. And I take that back too. We are in store for one more pit because I was looking at my numbers wrong. We're on lap 39 right now. So we should see another pit stop, green flag pit stop, if everything stays green, somewhere around lap 60 or so. And we have 70 laps total. So that may be the determining factor as to who can come down all together, maintain the pack, and have a great pit stop. That may determine the winner of this race. This lead pack has actually kind of got several lap down cars now. We see another one tagging right into the back. That'd be the 21 of John Lacey. Another newcomer here. If he's not new, I don't remember the name. So at either rate, he's new to me. So it's good to have John racing with us here at 4 Wide Motorsports. Looks like he and Drew King are thinking about running that outside line, I think. I don't know. It looked like to me John was having second thoughts about that. They fall back in line, nose to tail. I really would love to look at some other cars all through the field, but the way these guys are bunched up, I'm scared that someone's going to take off and make a move for the lead here any moment. Colton Alderman in the 9 still hanging right in there, though. Seems to be content running right behind Chris Golden. If everything goes green, this is going to be perfect for him. Second place is where you want to be on those last few laps. So I tell you what, while everything's kind of settled down right now, I'm going to take a quick break. Use this moment to kind of do some cough and clear my throat. And I will be right back with you guys here shortly. Whoa, I can't go now. Chris Golden shorting as soon as he was in his pit window. 30 laps to go. He dives in. This, to me, is going to be a really big gamble. So we will keep a eyeball on him as well as our leaders here, see what they end up doing. You know, now that I think about it, I didn't do much show prep here. So Colton Alderman last pitted 13 laps ago. I was thinking they could run about 30 laps, but actually, now that I think about it, it may only be about 15 laps they're able to get on a tank of fuel. So with that in mind, I may have been screwing this up the whole race here. I do apologize to all our viewers and everyone else who's going to be watching this in the future. I should have done my homework. That's the reason why I'm not in the chase. So we see Drew King jumping out a little bit. I'm not sure if these guys may be saying we're getting ready to pit. Oh man, Alderman goes around. Briner puts him a lap down. I'm trying to check. Yeah, Briner is in the 14 car. He just came in for a pit stop. So these leaders, starting with Colton Alderman, here they go. Daniel Michelle. We got the lap car of, I think that's Bray and the 21 of Lacey coming in with them. So even though we've only got 2 lead lap cars coming in for the pit stops, they're going to have a little bit of help with these lap cars. So again, this is really just going to drive me bonkers. See, Daniel Michelle looks like he's going to be able to beat Colton Alderman off pit road. So those 4 cars come in and come off without any incidents. But now we have the 19 car of Chris Golden, who's running currently in 3rd position. But he is a ways back, and he is running out there by himself. Maybe Chris knows something we don't know, or he's anticipating a late race caution here or something. I'm not 100% sure. I'm going to have to quiz him on that, find out exactly what his strategy was. But right now, we got Daniel Michel back out front. Colton Alderman right behind him, and then we have the lap car to 95. That would be Kurt Bray helping those guys out. Chris Golden's in third. Then we have the 26 car, Blaze Alexander, currently running. I'm showing him in fourth position on live time, and the time in tower there is a little bit off. Hopefully that'll get straightened out here in just a moment. So things are really getting shuffled up here, as we're seeing Blaze Alexander with the 88 of Wes Wiegand right behind him. And right behind him, right behind Wes Wiegand's going to be the 58 of Dallas Sunderman. So we'll see what they got. I'm imagining they are going to walk Chris Golden down very, very fast. And look right here. There's some more help for Chris Golden. That would be Daniel Manfu Jones in the 17. Currently running in 7th position. So he's out there by himself as well. I'm not sure if Chris Golden can fall back and pick up Daniel here, if Daniel's going to be stuck out there by himself for a while. But boy, look at that pack. The 26 of Alexander catches Chris Golden, blows right by him. Chris making outstanding intelligent moves, stay on the low line, make him go around him on the outside. That way you can kind of tag into that draft right behind the 58 of Sunderman. So I'm not exactly sure what's going on with our scoring timer here. 25 laps to go. Time to dig. Sponsored by Golden Racing. At this point in time, a little bit less now on a track this size, 2.66 miles. But most time with 25 to go, you got what you got. Got to hammer it down, run it out to the end. But we're going to be seeing one more pit stop anyway. These guys apparently can only go about 15, 16 laps, something like that. Saw a little fire out of the exhaust of the 19 of Chris Golden. I think he was laying up a little bit. Might have had too big of a run on the 58 of Sunderman. Now he gets another run. We're riding along here with Chris. We'll see if we can figure out his strategy here as we're riding along with him. Is he content? Is he looking to get around Sunderman? Is he just trying to get everybody to line up so they can catch the leaders? This is going to be interesting to see. Right along with Wes Wiegand as they go around a lap car. And we have the 26. That'd be Blaze Alexander currently running in third. So we got those fast cars lined back up again. Third, fourth, fifth, and sixth. But they are 13 seconds, plus or minus, behind the second place car. The 25. Oh, man, and the 25 of Daniel Michel and the 9 as well of Colton Alderman has caught up with some lap cars. And I really believe that's going to help them maintain this lead that they have. So all of a sudden, this has become a two-man race. And if everything stays clean and green, I believe they're going to be just fine. This is going to be a battle between the 9 and the 25. Going all the way back to Blaze Alexander, they have closed in a little bit, just under 13 seconds, 12.6 seconds behind now. I think they're going to be hoping for a caution. They're going to be also hoping they're not part of it. But this group right here, even being led by the 15 car of Gavin Grubbs, even though Grubbs is, he is right on the absolute tail end, last car on the lead lap, about to go a lap down if he messes up. So I'm sure he's hammering down and hoping for the best. As we got someone there just kind of flared out. Is that Yogi Schleer? Yes, it is. He dives to the outside. Again, I'm not real sure about any kind of overheating or anything like that. He may have dove outside to get a little bit of air on that front. We got the 46 going out there with him. Haven't mentioned his name much tonight. That'd be the 46 of Mitchell Wilson. And they picked up the 41. I think that's going to be Dagan Barnes. Yes, it is. So those three guys kind of punch out by themselves to the outer line. And now they're going to try to dirty it up a little bit and see if they can't pass these guys. Maybe they are thinking, well, the lead, the only way they're going to get back to the leaders is through a caution. So you might as well just kind of go on out here and see if we can't overlap ourselves here. Boy, the drafting there is getting awful dicey. Let's check back in with the second pack, see how they're doing. So 26, Blaze Alexander, Dallas Sunderman, Chris Golden, Wes Wiegand. They're all kind of staying in line, they're hoping for the best, and they are closing in. I'm not sure if they got enough time left, but they have closed in from 13 seconds down now to about 10.5 seconds. So they are closing in on that lead pack. Now let's just check in real quick. So Chris Golden, he was the first one to pit. And maybe he's going to have to make one more pit stop. So maybe he's just looking to try to get it so he doesn't have to take on as much fuel for this last pit stop. He's got 10 laps since he last pitted. So in about another 5 laps or so, he's going to have to come back in. But he is going to be cutting it very, very close for that last stint. As they end up booting Blaze Alexander out of that lead of the second pack. Dallas Sunderman takes that over that in the 58 car. We'll go back up to the leaders now. Man, they're kind of getting into a little hornet's nest here. Colton Alderman still in the 9 car right behind Gavin Grubbs. But they still have the 46 and the 41 of Dagan Barnes. The 15 is the last car on the lead lap of Gavin Grubbs. And so I don't know. I know they're going to have to make another pit stop as well. So maybe they're just going to wait until after that happens before they really start battling amongst themselves here. So while this is going on, I'm going to take a quick pit stop myself, and I will be back in just a minute. Y'all stay tuned right here on 4 Wide Motorsports Network. And I wonder how long I've been sitting here with my mic muted. I do apologize to everyone. Didn't have anybody here to tell me that it was muted. Man, y'all should have heard that call at the end of the race. I'm here to tell you, I did a tremendous job. You'll just have to take my word for that. But anyway, here we go. Getting ready to wrap this bad boy up. We just went through our finishing order there. So if you would just hang with us, I promise you, you'll be able to hear our podium finishers live, and you'll get to hear their wonderful voices here. Just hang on in just a minute. We will be right back. And welcome back, everyone. I do apologize. I got 3 different screens, 3 different mute buttons. They all serve a different purpose. And unfortunately, I did not have my wingman here with me tonight. We're certainly thinking about him and his family. Mr. Chuchoberg, who's having to take care of a death, and not take care, he wanted to be with his family tonight, and I'm sure his family wanted to be with him after they had a passing in the family. So, again, we'd just like to give our thoughts and prayers to him and his family. Give him a shout out. I wished he was here to tell me, Tracy, you're muted, but unfortunately he wasn't. I'm here all alone tonight. Luckily, we had a race that went flag to flag, caution free, and now I am standing by with your race winner, Colton Otterman out of Belgrade, Montana, racing for the Hot Topic Racing Team in the number 9 Chevrolet. Colton, fantastic finish, man. I'm here to tell you, I know nobody's going to believe me. I laid down one of the best calls I've ever done in my entire life on that final lap when you made that pass to take the lead. But anyway, man, I just want to, I kept the camera on you most of the night, because you were up there near the front and everything. But from your perspective, how do you feel like the night went for you?
I feel like the night was almost perfect for me from start to finish. I feel like we ran a perfect race, managed fuel the whole time, just to maintain being up front in the top 3 cars. The Hot Topic Chevy was just lights out quick today. I mean, there's no one out there that were as quick as us. We dominated that race. No one even stood a chance, I'm going to be honest. And I had a lot of fun out there. I think it was the 25. I don't know who that is, but the 25 was racing.
Daniel Michelle.
Was that the game? Daniel Michelle. I was looking at it. But anyway, I saw him at the end, and I was like, no one stopped me from winning this race. I love this place, and we got it done tonight.
Well, speaking of that, right there on the final lap, Daniel Michelle had actually taken the lead, and you made your move to the outside, and you did have the 46 car right behind you, kind of pushing you along, and that would be Mitchell Wilson. But the thing was, the inside lane where Daniel Michelle ends up running up on a lap car. I want to say it was the 34 of Drew King. I'm not sure. But more or less, you had him boxed in. He had nowhere that he could go. The most he could do was push a lap car to, he'd end up catching there. So my question to you was that move intentional? Did you see the lap car coming? Is that what you were hoping for? Or were you just, last lap, just kind of go for the win and hope that Mitchell Wilson stays right on your rear end and kind of pushes you along in the draft?
Let me look. Michelle made a move with, I don't know, I think it was on lap 68 or something. I was actually in that entire last stint, I was worried. I didn't want to be the leader. I wanted Michelle to be in front of me because I had a lot more options, especially with that lap car that we were pushing the whole time. And so I was just sitting there, honestly experimenting, seeing if I could find a way to time a run, get up to the 95, enough to where if Michelle went to my outside, that he would not have, I would still have that draft in front of me to pull me forward. But ultimately, I wanted to be behind him, and he made that lap on 60, or that move on 68, and I feel like that was the biggest mistake I've seen in a while. I was like, perfect. I'll take the offense. I know Mitchell was just going to go with whoever was going to get him the bbest finish at the end, so I assumed that was going to be the attacking car. And with 1 to go, I saw that lap car, and I actually originally thought when we crossed the finish line that we were going to catch them too fast, and then I was actually going to give them a draft and just let them, start flying away from us and not give me enough of a run to pass them. But when he was running the bottom consistently and we caught up to him, and I knew I had to make a move on the backstretch before the 95 and the 25 figured out that he was running the bottom. And so I made a move to the outside, shot up there, and just made sure the 25 was just blocked in behind the 34. And I gave enough room for the 95 to come back up. And then I knew Mitchell was just going to go to see if he can maybe get the 95 for position. or wherever he was. I don't know how he was on the lap, but I know he was just doing what was best for his race. And so at the end of the day, I feel like I raced that perfectly, and the cards kind of fell our way.
Well, I got to give you that, man. I don't know how in the world you can think about strategy. I realize this is a pretty big track, but still, you got a windshield full of bumper of the car in front of you, and wow. I mean, man, that strategy played out absolutely perfect. But Colton, I do have another question for you. On that last pit stop, it appeared to me as you were coming in there, you got a little bit squirrely. I was a little bit worried that you were going to be speeding getting in there, but I mean, did you have the car under control the whole time, or did it feel like it was about to slide away from you?
In terms of that pit stop, I do remember that pit stop. I don't know. I think the 95 and the 25 were in some sort of cahoots with each other, because they weren't saying they were boxing, and they just randomly pulled in the pits, and I was like, well, I got to pit with them or else this is race over for me. So I had to get it slowed down really fast there. I would say I was pretty much in control of the car. I knew I wasn't going to spin out. I just had to make sure I got it slowed down enough to pit speed so I didn't get a black flag. But yeah, no, that was, I would say the driving the car into the pit lane was under control. However, pitting at that lap, I thought we were going to go one more. I had enough gas saved for one more. Kind of caught me off guard, and that's why you kind of see me getting squirrely, because I definitely was going later into the commitment line than I anticipated. And
I even, of course, nobody heard this, I don't think, but I was sitting there talking about that. Man, Colton swung out so wide, it looked like he was going to make another lap, and then he commits to the pit. And I was thinking, well, maybe that's just a better angle to, hit pit road there. But, most everyone, the most they could get out of their tanks tonight appeared to be about 15 laps. So somehow or another, apparently you had saved enough to where you think you were going to be able to get 16 out of it.
Yes, I was. There was only that last stint. Even that last stint, I was saving. I had saved gas the whole race. Even when I was leading a pack, I was about 3/4 throttle. I'd always try to be behind someone, maybe a fourth half throttle. Just kind of managing my runs and just saving gas as much as I could, because I knew it was going to be close on that last pit stop. But I know we saved more gas than anybody in the field tonight, and that whole race was just strategy in my head. Learned a lot from the Indianapolis 500 about saving gas. So, I was just full save the whole race and just completely thinking of strategy in my head.
Well, I got to hand it to you, Colton. I don't know how to explain it. It's like everything that you did, whether it was planned or not, worked out in your favor tonight. So I got to give you a kudos, man. It was just, from my perspective anyway, it was a perfect race. You had the speed, you had the strategy, you had everything. I don't even know if luck even played a part in this, but if it was, it went your way as well. So congratulations on tonight's victory, man. And by all means, thank anybody that helped you get that checker flag.
Yeah, no, first off, I want to say just I would have won that race whether or not Drew King was on the inside either way, or that 34. When I pulled the outside, I would have been side by side with the lap car. The 25 would have been boxed in behind him. So either way, I was pretty confident we were going to win that either way, 34 car or not. But I do want to thank the Hot Topic team for being on the hood today. We put a lot of effort into this team. We're actually racing the 6 hours of the Glen tomorrow morning with this Hot Topic team, and so looking forward to that. I want to thank Brick Beyond Belief for being on the car, at least 15. I want to thank, kind of Hayden Paints. He makes beautiful paint schemes. It looked like a hot rod, literally out there today. And so
it does.
He
Definitely.
made these schemes, and he's awesome. He couldn't be here tonight, but so I was just soloing it tonight on the Hot Topic team out there representing. But I guess that means we put a lot more effort into the 9 car tonight at the shop. And so it was super fast. I want to thank my girlfriend, my mom, my dad, for everything they do for me. And yeah, man, looking forward to the next one. Always looking forward to the next one. And I had a blast out there today.
Well, you put on a just spectacular exhibition on how to run these super speedways, man. Got to give you credit on that. Super great paint scheme, by the way. And one question I forgot to ask you was if you had any teammates out there tonight, but I think you just answered that. You said you didn't have any. Is that correct?
Yeah, and so I mean, the most I had a teammate all night was Mitchell Wilson at the end, pushing me to the win there. But I think we've always raced so clean together, and so I think we just respect each other as race car drivers. So I respect him a lot, and I appreciate him, following us. I think if he doesn't follow us there, I think it just makes it very difficult. However, yeah, no, usually Hayden Bloomer is out here tonight, the 10 car, but he had some other things to attend to. So, but he will be in the 6 hours of Watkins Glen with me, hopefully. So, looking forward to that as well.
Is that virtual time or is that real 6 hours?
It's real 6 hours, and it's at 6 a.m. too. So,
oh my goodness,
it's gonna be a brutal one. But
Holy
we're racing
cow.
the Ford Mustang out there. So, we're tuning the car right now, trying to get the rear wing as low as we can, as comfortable as we are. But that's gonna be a blast.
Well, hope you do well, man. That, gee whiz, I can't even imagine doing 6 hours. So, I just want to congratulate you one last time. Absolutely wonderful job tonight, finishing first, man. So congratulations. Hope you and Hayden do wonderful tomorrow as well. And, just look out for that chicane.
Yeah, no kidding. They've changed it a lot, and it's become a lot tougher.
Okay, thanks, Colton. We'll catch you next week, man. You have a good one.
All right. Yeah, you as well. Hopefully to see you here next time.
All righty, man. I appreciate that. And as always, I'm Tracy Brown. I was your color announcer tonight. Wish my wingman could have been here, but I certainly understand he had some family issues he had to take care of tonight. I'm sure his family certainly is glad to see him again tonight. Bad situation there. Had a family member pass away. But again, would just like to let him know that the Four Wide community here, both Four Wide Motorsports and Four Wide Motorsports Network, are thinking about him and his family, and we have you guys in our thoughts and our prayers, and we send you our deepest condolences, my man. Chooch, I look forward to calling another race with you, man, just as soon as possible, buddy. I really missed you tonight, man. So with that, that's going to conclude tonight's race here at Talladega. What a absolute blast. Colton Otterman put on a show tonight. Absolute perfect race. It was exciting as heck. I just wished, again, I had somebody in here to tell me my mic was muted. But anyway, hope you viewers like that. And to Hunter Carlson, just like to say, man, he said he was chimed in a YouTube chat, said he was missing tonight. But his sister only gets married once, hopefully. And I hope so as well. Especially coming from a guy who's been married 3 times. But I'm starting to work this other one out. I just had my 20th year anniversary. So anyway, I'm starting to figure this whole marriage thing out, I think. Anyway, I digress. I enjoyed calling the race tonight. It was a blast. These guys put on a show. And we look forward to seeing y'all again right here next week on Friday night. And don't forget track limits. And they're going to be, where is that? Irwindale Speedway on Monday night running the Arca cars. And then we will be back here for the Arca series next Friday night at Las Vegas. Y'all stay tuned, stay golden, and sorry about leaving the mute button on. Y'all can tease me all next week. All right, y'all have a good night, and we'll see you next week.